Good morning, Sixers. Today's lesson is all about writing expressions in which letters stand for numbers. To get started, we're going to underline the key words in each statement. Okay, so the first statement, letter A, says the sum, so that's already a key word, sum, of twice B and 5. Okay? So the sum of twice B and 5. The next one, letter B, says the quotient of C and D. Okay? So the quotient of C and D. The next one, letter C, says A is raised to the 5th power and then increased by the product of 5 and C, okay? So the product of 5 and C. The next one says the quantity of A plus B divided by 4. Letter E says 10 less than the product of 15 and C. And then the last one, letter F, says 5 times D and then increased by 8. Okay, so if we were to solve all of these or any of these, I want to go ahead and consider the underlined parts of each word. For letter A, sum, I know sum is addition, or the answer to an addition problem. So the sum, I'm going to add twice B and 5. Twice B really means 2 times B plus 5. I'm finding the sum of twice B and 5. For letter B, the quotient, I know quotient is the answer to a division problem. So I'm going to find the quotient of C and D. So I'm going to do C divided by D. Or I can do C over D because I know that division and fractions are the same. Okay? For letter C, it says A raised to the 5th power. So this part right here is already going to be A to the 5th power. And then increased. So then I'm going to be adding the product of 5 and C. So 5 times C, I can also write that as 5C. So I'm going to write this all together as A to the 5th power plus 5C. Instead of writing 5 times C, I'm writing 5C. So far my answers are here, 2B plus 5. And then I have C divided by D. Then I have A to the 5th power plus 5C. The next one, the quantity, so that tells me I got these parentheses of A plus B. So it's going to be the quantity A plus B divided by 4. I can also write that as the quantity of A plus B over 4 because the fractions also tell me divided. So here's another answer right here. The next one, 10 less than the product of 15 and C. So 10 is less than, right? Product tells me I'm multiplying. Less than tells me I could subtract. So first I'm going to write the product of 15 times C, and I'm going to subtract 10 from that. Because 10 is going to be 10 less than 15 times C. I can rewrite that as just 15C minus 10. We know that when I have a coefficient and a variable multiply together, I can just write it without the symbols. So my answer was 15C minus 10. And then the last one, 5 times d. So I can just go ahead and write that as 5d. And then increase, so that's going to be, I'm going to add increase by 8. So my answer is just going to be 5d plus 8. Okay? So there go my answers for all of the first set of equations that I have, or sentences that we turned into expressions.